Good morning, Shirley.
Good morning.
How are you?
Welcome to the community action of Napa Valley Food Bank. We're going to start taking a look at what all goes on here during a day, so come on in.
All right.
So this is our warehouse facility, and we typically have 2 lanes full of product that's either purchased, donated, or it's actually from one of our Feeding America affiliates. So come this way. Right now the shelves are somewhat bare because we've actually moved all this food. The third week of the month, almost all the USDA food has gone out to different household sites. We have 9 different USDA sites that we distribute out of in Napa County, and that's directly to households. And then the leftovers will either be used the following month, or we'll actually give it to congregate feeding sites to use. So they have access to that as well. So like the Salvation Army that makes up meals for the homeless and other folks, the farm worker camps, anybody that makes meals has the ability to access this free USDA food after we've distributed to the households. So that's this. Lots of basic food, nothing super exciting. Canned fruits, vegetables. There's some vegetable oil, dehydrated mashed potato mix for mashed potatoes, cereal. Not just your basic staple items, and all shelf stable. We also have fresh produce. The reason why these sit out, most people don't realize this, but onions give off a gas and they can actually destroy the rods in your refrigeration.
Really?
So
I didn't know
that's
that.
one of the reasons why we keep them out. Twice a week we have nonprofit agencies that can come in and shop. Typically they place an order, and then in addition to that they can access some of these bulk food items. So if you look over here, you might see big, huge bottles of syrup, pancake syrup. You name it, there's a little sampling of everything for them that they can access.
Yeah.
And most of it's free, some of it's 19 cents a pound. So this truck just came back from a distribution. They actually went on a number of routes. If you look at that board, you can see we have a variety of different routes and volunteer drivers that go out every day, Monday through Saturday, to pick up donations. And then it gets taken to our pantry location, which we'll be visiting later, where other volunteers sort and scrutinize it and get it ready for distribution. It's a lot of food that moves through here. So we do a lot of assembly right now because of the pandemic, and all the food that we get donated has to be scrutinized. So if you look at these macro bins, these are all filled with dry food. All this food will have to be scrutinized. That means we look for best by dates. We look to see if the can or the packaging has been compromised in any way. And then we sort it by category so we can actually utilize it to fill our boxes. You'll see that this is our actual sorting area. Currently we have a National Guard that typically comes in Monday through Friday, and he goes through everything on this end. We also have a senior brown box program. So every week we assemble about 150 to 160 boxes, and there's our lovely sorting National Guard person, Sergeant Greg Hierholzer, in his corner.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing pretty good so far. Getting ready to start on this massive donations and stuff that came in.
So the rest of the National Guard right now are assembling our shelf stable boxes that will be going out. Let's go take a look.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so this particular unit of National Guard has been adapting to everything that we need. And today they're actually going to be assembling, or they are in the middle of it actually, assembling shelf stable boxes. They're making several at a time. So we palletize all these boxes. They get wrapped, and then they're going to be taken by truck to all the various different locations that we distribute out of. We don't actually distribute food at our warehouse site. We are going to be loading our largest truck with all the items that are going to be distributed today. Yeah, we're using
decorations.
that with the other miscellaneous for the 288.
Okay.
A lot of the product that we actually distribute now is fresh dairy items and produce. So you'll see there's a lot of fresh pallets of oranges and apples and carrots and potatoes. All those items are included in our food allotments. We actually purchase eggs and cheese and butter on a regular basis as well.
Mhm.
And right now we're still getting some federally funded milk, but typically we also purchase milk. So all those items are in someone's allotment to ensure that they have a full complement of food.
Okay, so what do we have going on at this location?
So
Where
here-
are we, by the way?
Yeah, I was going to say, so we are at our Napa Distribution facility, our Napa pantry. Since the pandemic, it is not set up the way it typically was. Prior to the pandemic, this whole entire area was a little mini market, and people got to go through and choose the items of food that they wanted. Now, everything that comes through not only gets sorted and scrutinized, but now it gets bagged up so we can actually have everything pre-assembled and taken to our distribution location. This is Teresa. She's one of our
Hi.
longtime volunteers. She didn't just show up for the pandemic. She's been here for a while. So we're really, really happy that a lot of our volunteers actually got vaccinated and can continue to do the work. But so she's just putting together allotments of the pastry and the bread items. And all these will eventually end up at our distribution location, which we will be visiting later.
Cool.
Back here, more volunteers. This is Francie and Joan.
Hello.
They've got a whole area of deli, dairy, and pre-assembled produce items that they're bagging up also to go to our Napa Distribution today. So now that we've gone to the warehouse and our other pantry distribution location that we don't distribute out of, we're here at the Napa Valley Expo. This is our Napa Distribution location. And we're currently having all the food we just saw at that little pantry site being delivered here. They've staged everything so that there's bread bags, so it has the pastries and the bread items in it. And then there's going to be the shelf stable boxes, which we saw the National Guard making this morning.
Mhm.
And then we have our combo boxes, which have milk and cheese and eggs and other dairy items in it, in addition to some meat. And then we're going to be unloading more bread. The other thing that we have are produce bags, and I'm trying to see where those were at.
Yeah.
They're actually in these barrels.
Oh, okay.
We are open 3 days a week for this distribution. On average, households, they're all getting served equitably the same thing, so they're getting about 80 pounds of food. And if necessary, they can come every week for this food supply. So what happens is our clients are queued up in their vehicles. We have a volunteer or a National Guard attendant, which takes down just very basic information. Anyone can come and get served. We are not permitted to serve people outside of Napa County at this time.